Hi everybody, Club Shed here, back with part 8 of our Call of Cthulhu playthrough. Just watching the last video and I realized that, a little bit of the last video, and I realized that the voices are kind of low. I hear them really loud, but the voices themselves are really low. I went to the settings and I can't turn them up anymore, so I will try in the future to see if there's some sort of filter in the program on PS5 that I use um, to up their voices at all. I'll see what I can do. I don't have, like I said, I don't have editing software, but I had to come back in. I restarted here, and I got a couple of the books we got last time, but I noticed, I don't know if we got this one, Handbook of Anatomy and Dissection as Pierce. I think we did. But there was this one too. I don't think we got. I don't remember it. Tome of Medicine 3. Even a few years back, it was possible for a single practitioner to know all the medical knowledge of his time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that this is now virtually impossible. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting together this collection. This is really cool because now we're doing pretty good on the medical training, and we got all these books, and we got I picked up the Idol again, all the histories. 1, 2, we got the 3 books on dissection. Dark Water History 4. And I don't know if we have the Dark Water History. We gotta have 1 and 2. No, okay, so we're missing book 1 of the ladies. The pastor's wife's journal. So we came in here and this activated, so we're gonna go ahead and recreate now. What we need to find is I picked up everything.
Let's start over.
Alright.
Where did they break in from?
Right here.
Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Yeah, because you would just use a rock. That seems silly. Nothing in here is needed, that's why it's whited out. Oh.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
So he left hurt. Okay. Just want to see if they came over here at all. Nope. Okay, so medicine. Oh, look. Our medicine skill increased, so maybe...
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
But that didn't tell me what it is. So at 34%, I guess I didn't get everything I needed. Oh, there's a lot here, though. Let's look at this.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What killed all these animals?
Huh.
What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
This did. The burglar was... It's the elder symbol.
What the... Charles Hawkins?
Okay, so this is cool.
Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
Oh,
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
I didn't have enough cult knowledge.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
So I'm gonna need to find what do you put right there. Okay, so this has messed up my... Interesting, look at that. Light's bleeding through. Where's that light coming from? Did we get everything, or can I go back out here and look at... You see how it's messed up my... Wow, it really messed up my detective skills. Consult the diary. Pierce. Sanity. Oh, did I have... Did I have new sanity? Meet the Shambler. The Nightmares of Macabre Discovery. Interesting, I didn't get the... Sanity? The Burglary. Chapter 7 Clues. The nameless bookstore burglar came through the door. A bit further, some knocked over objects allowed the trail to be followed into the back room. There, the message next to the safe confirms the person's aim. However, there is no material evidence to support my hunch as to the identity of the burglar. Charles Hawkins did indeed appear to me, as well as the star symbol on the door of the safe. I cannot determine if the presence of Sarah Hawkins in my projection is the result of an unconscious work of my mind, or whether it proves that the case obsesses me. Interesting.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Alright, we're gonna want to try to... So I bet you can't find this if you don't have your stuff up. Because I think there's an achievement for getting whatever's in the safe out. So, a page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this place of reality in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as a celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its contents into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you, nor to suffer from your actions. Interesting. So it says each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that that reason usually prevails in the end. So, not only do you have the numbers, but their order... They're going to be disordered. Alright. Oh.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
I found this sleeping pills in the bookshop. Does the bookseller suffer from insomnia? No, remember, nobody can sleep once they see
What
this
link
shambler.
did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
Key of Raleigh file. This key, that bears the Elder sign, is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical metal, hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from the last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. So we definitely want to find that. I was thinking I'd see something out there. Okay, so we need to look where science... No, where Greek in Greek. Yeah, here we go.
Arkham editions. Never heard of them.
Arkham edition. Arkham Anthology. A book of spells supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon. It contains various rituals of invocation and rituals of curse. Re-edition of Claudia D. Waits, based on L.W. de Lawrence original. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism, esotericism, and the supernatural. Blah.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
A spellbook supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon. It contains various... This volume is part of the Arkham's Anthology, of luxurious edition of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Opera in 8 acts by Benvenuto Scitti Vortigera. I butchered that, I'm sorry. An infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in audience riot that left several dead and missing. This volume is part of the Arkham's works. Oh wait, so...
Arkham Editions. Never heard of them.
The Kia
How
Solomon,
many volumes are there in this collection?
Solomon,
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
The Prophecies, a collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse. Written by Nostradamus, translated by E. Leone and Theophilus Widebridge.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of them.
Isis Unveiled, a book of esoteric philosophy and a key text in Madame Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. I'm so sorry. Wow, Theosophical movement. Written by Helena Petrovna Blavatsky. Okay.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
An ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. The text claims that it is Dissipat Europe and the other continents were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Written by Hermes Trismegistus. Translated edition by Nathaniel M. Coppelius. This collection of texts on different beliefs was written by the legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, a popular text among 16th century alchemists.
Arkham Editions.
You keep saying
Never
it.
heard of them.
A collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilmarth, professor of Miskatonic University. Oh, interesting. How many volumes are there? 2, 4, 6, 8. But 8?
How many volumes are there in this
There's
collection?
9.
Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Never heard of him. How many volumes are there in this collection?
seeing...
Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
That's 1, 2, 3. So there's 9, but we're missing some books. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, I thought I saw Wigglies.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
Alright, we're gonna see if we can find any more cylinders. Alright. You said there were 3 cylinders. So it's probably in that room over there, but I'm gonna double check everything. Because you never know. We're Greek. Fill my oil. Chessboard, here we go.
Things are not looking good.
Huh. Things are not looking good, so...
Things are not looking good.
chess pieces. Okay. So we discovered that. Oh, I can see all that up there. That's cool. Is there a phonograph in here I can listen to? Alright. We need to find a phonograph so I can... Alright. Oh, I found all three. 1, 2, 3. A cylinder meant to be listened to by using a phonograph. I found it in a nameless bookstore. The message, although obscure, might contain... There's 3 of them. Inspect. 1. 2. 3. I love that that's Lovecraft's picture on there, not Edison. Right there. Alright, inventory, knowledge. More pill bottles. There's a reward for collecting all the pill bottles. So we need to find a phonograph so I can listen to... Would there be one here? I feel like it would be in here. Oh, it's over here. Cylinder 1. I can't... Oh.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Alright, so the combination is everything he's hinting at. So this is the Arkham books, this is the chess pieces, and we'll listen to them again. This is the first one.
These red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry.
Alright.
And I do confess it.
Here we go.
I am willing to pay to know it.
The chalice of knowledge.
Red stones. The goblet seems to be very ancient. It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. Do the rubies and sapphires make up its motif? Yes, so we need to count the red drops. So 1, we're going to start with this angle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. So 5, I got to mark this down now. 5 is number 1, because we're going to go down the cylinder as 5. So once again, we're going to go this way. Starting there, where the handle is pointing towards us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there. That's it. Do you see? I don't see any other red stones. They're all blue sapphires. The next one is the chess piece.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers.
3.
I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
So there's only 3 white pieces left to protect the queen, so that's got to be 3. And then the next one is the Arkham.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seems particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of them is missing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which ones do we have?
So these are the volumes that Drake was
9.
talking about in his message.
I'm going to write these down because I'm curious to see which ones are missing. So there's 9 total, but we have book 9.
What did Drake say about this collection?
Book 4. Because this is interesting to me.
Drake talked about a particular
5,
volume.
6, 7, 8. That's 8.
So these are the volumes
That's
that Drake was talking about in his message.
6.
What did Drake say about this collection?
7.
Drake talked about a particular
2.
volume. So these are the
1.
volumes that Drake was... What did Drake
3.
say about this collection?
1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Book 5 is missing. Alright. Yeah. So, 1... So there's actually only 8 books. So he said volume 9, but I think because we do not see the next book, there is no 5th book unless it's somewhere. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, we've already found that one. Alright. So then we have the combination.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
So, what's weird to me is these... Wait a minute. 5, it's right there. Interesting. Do you see it? It's right there, and it's not showing up. There's no... so I'm going to go with 9 because it's here. Because they'll probably think you're going to do is count. Oh, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's only 8 here, but there's the 9th one, and that's volume 9. So I think the combination's 5, 3, 9. But let's look at our inventory again. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the light of imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit these demonstrate cutie sharp mind. Let's see. Most precious possession, it lies within my safe. So match my intellect. So let's 5, 3, 9. Yep, 5, 3, 9. I don't like this. Dude, you need to keep your eyes about you. Uh-oh. The book. In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced a trail of attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find the ladder, and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside. Irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Interesting. Way to give away spoilers.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up, but no.
I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down, his skin losing its color, his body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will. Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told. After inhaling chemicals.
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
I'm gonna examine the
Very
patient.
well. I'll examine him. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky.
Oh, I wonder if he's...
Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
There's something in him.
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia.
It's like he's
Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
There's something in his belly.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
He's turning.
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion.
Put him in
But
water.
that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations.
Ugh.
I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
So what do you want to say, guys? These symptoms are worrisome. I've never seen anything like this. You're turning him into a monster. I don't know if I want to... I don't want to play... These symptoms are worrisome. Let's go with this one.
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise?
Ugh.
Cephalopod, perhaps.
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Ugh.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, stay out of this. Hidden files of proof. Well, this is the go-to answer. Hidden files are proof. Nobody mentioning crimes. For now. That is true. Is she baiting me? Stay out of this. And you know what? Let's see. I think this might get her killed. But we'll see.
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
I think she's working with Fuller. I think I just messed up. But we'll see.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
His fingers are moving. No. Here.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Way is not crossed off. So October 28th, it looks like. What do we have to do? Get into Fuller's office. Oh, I can't.
And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna have to get the water. I think I'm gonna have to get the water shut off so we can get what's her name away from.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up.
Administration.
I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Locker room. Interesting. Oh, I can really explore this whole area? This is crazy. There's a lot of vents. I wonder if there's anything to crawl through. Oh, there's a lot to explore here. I think I'll be coming back here because it looks like there's stuff to listen to potentially. Problem is, I don't know where I'm going. Oh, look. A reference book of medical sciences. Like a dictionary, this work references in alphabetical order all the medical sciences known and practiced in the modern world. For each of the entries, the major works and the names of the reference authorities are listed. Wait. Huh. Oh. That's interesting. I'm probably going to need that. Oh, and there's hiding spots. So that's the one thing about the games. Once you know something, it's like, oh, there's hiding spots. So even if it's not him, it's going to be her. Or her, it's going to be him.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be moving around and hiding in here. Alright, well there's... What's going on in there? Janitor?
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
The file is strangely incomplete and the detailed treatment is not given. It does not respect standard practice. Alright. Another hiding spot.
Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him. The key to the boiler room is missing.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I'll see to it right away.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
Oh. What state is he in now?
You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
Okay. That's not increasingly ominous.
Dr. Colden. Do you want something? I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor.
That's Block B.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
I could just leave.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
What is this, storage room?
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory. Please, the fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
Okay, okay. Sorry. Jeez.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Okay, but... Then who's in there?
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Okay. That probably messed up.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan?
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
Huh. A prescription for barbiturates.
We're running out of this medicine.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about it for the moment.
Humo Delinquente. This pseudoscientific work by Cesare Lombroso correlates an individual's morphology with his criminal predispositions. The seriousness of the study and the accuracy of the demonstrations can deceive an uninformed reader. That's going to be later. We want to identify those probably for...
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Alright. So that's... bathroom. We went that way, we checked that way. Without a map, this is a little bit harder. This is block A. This is where we just were.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Oh, thank you. Medicine and Secret Science, a very interesting book aimed at a wide public, demonstrates how non-recognized science have influenced modern medicine. Magnetism, grandmother's secrets, Chinese acupuncture, hypnosis, herbal medicine, alchemy, and others have contributed to a certain extent to the enrichment of medicine at the beginning of the century. Alright, so I will need to come in here as... there's a lot of places I need to come look.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I'm sorry. Dr. Fuller is a very busy man.
Well, is there anyone else who can tell us what's going on?
She's our only family, you know? And we can't even see her medical file.
Don't worry. I'm aware our institution is not always welcoming. But your mother is in good hands. I'll tend to her myself. And keep you informed at once. Would that suit you?
Well, that sure sounds great to us, Doctor. Thank you.
But those are just words, so we're not budging.
Very well. At least I'll know where to find you.
Kitchen. There's a lot to explore. Holy cow. Oh, another hiding spot.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
That's disheartening that we're eating the same food.
Doctor, please.
Oh, block B. Alright, so now I've walked around everywhere. What is this? Is this block B as well? Oh, this whole thing is block B. Okay. I want to talk to...
Ethan.
Marie,
What are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
Let's just... Oh, I'm a master at both these.
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Oh, he's just gonna sit. Exit. I guess I can just leave? Hawking's wing. Interesting.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. His binds left bloody wounds. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
He's been mistreated, but I don't want to say that.
You did good work. The tranquilizer has kicked in. Now you can disinfect and bandage his wounds.
Thank you, Doctor. And as to his weight loss?
I'll prescribe an antifungal treatment for his dysgeusia. In the meantime, feed him intravenously.
It'll be done.
Alright, so I took care of him. Clues. I gotta find more clues. Alright. Like here.
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
Alright.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Dr. Colden?
Hello, Betty. I'm looking for the key to the boiler room.
What for?
To put it in its place. Perhaps I should do the same with you.
I beg your pardon?
I suspect you of having a little too much fun at Elizabeth's expense. But be warned, it could easily be you they will all be laughing at tomorrow.
You are right, Doctor. The key is in the dormitory office in Block B.
Thank you. I shall go fetch it.
Yeah, you can look at me all you want, Betty.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Oh, she's helping. Wow, there's a lot here. Block B. Oh, literally, we were in here, Betty.
Ah, so there's Harding. She's still sleeping. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
I'm gonna go tell the gentleman. There's another one of those blue bottles. Oh no.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
The files describe the state in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatment administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. No.
Mrs. Sanders?
Oh my god. This is getting bad.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
I'll just sleep a bit more.
Oh, it was the bootleggers that got to him. Interesting. The fireplace seems like it's... Oh, this is the guy with the chest. I don't want to get exactly to the chest burster yet.
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
Huh. And why are there bloody bandages? Let's go look at the fire, since we're going to stop here. And when we come back, we have the key. We can inspect this key. Look at that key. To the boiler room. We got one other clue. And then we will be back to investigate the patient. Thanks for joining me for part 8. Looking forward to part 9. This has been so fun so far, and it's really intriguing. I'm also going to, once I check him, I'm going to tell them about them. And it really took me back that Irene... It really took me back that Irene isn't here. That's kind of crazy to me. Gonna get warm too. Alright. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. It's had a lot of fun. It's been a lot of like research and stuff. Our main objectives when we get back is get into Fuller's office and then distract Donovan and cut off the water. I will talk to you guys later. And remember, keep your keys safe.